Hi there, I'm dropping in today to share two super simple but very deeply impactful exercises that are great at keeping you together in your pelvis, low back, SI joint. Now, I introduced one of these exercises in a recent Brain Body Biome Inspo live in my Facebook community, but we're going to expand on it and we're actually going to do a second exercise that is the inverse of it. Very easy exercises to do because they're isometric. So even if you're in a flare-up, these will most likely feel accessible and not increase your pain because you're not moving through a range of motion where you're going to compensate and provoke pain. Now, we do need a few props for this. If you have a yoga strap, that would be great. If you don't have a yoga strap, you could use an old necktie or the tie off a bathrobe, something like that, and a small ball or a towel or a small pillow. And then if you have a big ball, that would be great also. If you don't have a big ball, don't worry. Just put your legs over an ottoman or a chair for the second part of the exercise. So what we want to do is put that yoga strap around our ankles first, and then lie on your back, and we're going to place the ball between the knees. Now, you don't want too big of a ball. We want a ball that's on the smaller side to kind of keep that alignment of second toe in alignment with knee and alignment with hip joint. Hip joint proper is right there in the groin area. You're going to squeeze the ball together at the same time that you pull out at your ankles and hold this for 6 seconds. You're not doing 100%, or if you're an overachiever like I am, you're not doing 150%. You're doing a subtle 15 to 25%. Now I'm noticing that my band could be a little bit tighter there at my ankles. So I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit. It got a little bit wide. Again, I want it hip distance apart. Not pelvis distance out here, but hip distance apart. And that inner thigh area where the hip is actually. And pressing out into the band, squeezing into the ball at the same time, holding for 6 seconds. You might feel a little something something in your low back area, specifically your sacrum, because what we're doing here is we're actually approximating the sacrum, bringing it back together to have a good congruency, a good relationship. So we're going to repeat this 4 to 6 times. Super easy. You're not going to sweat. This is a foundational exercise. And then to go to the inverse of this, we're going to take our band, make it a little bit wider, and so I'm just going to loosen up my band a little bit, and then slide that band over the knees. So now the band is over my knees, and I'm going to put my feet, my heels on the ball. You could also do this putting your feet on the wall, but what we're doing right now is just putting the lower spine, lower back in a place of ease, and I'm going to put that ball between my ankles. And that's kind of tricky to get it there. As you can see, it's a little bit of a circus act. I'm going to bring the legs in on the ball and then put it there and then push the ball out. That's a better strategy. So now we're doing the opposite of what we just did. We're pressing out into the band while we're squeezing the ball between the ankles and then relax. And what we're doing is we're bringing that outer line of the pelvis together with this position, this isometric, into an external rotation, and then relax. So we're really working from the inside to the outside and doing this 4 to 6 times, 25% or less. Make sure you're breathing, and you can do this again with your feet on the wall, legs on an ottoman or a chair. It does not matter. And relax. So how simple is that, right? We just did 2 super simple exercises that really re-educate and realign the pelvis, the low back, the SI joint. When would you want to do this? Honestly, you could benefit from doing this daily because you want to live a very active life and have your SI joint, your pelvis, your low back show up for you. You could do this before you travel, after you travel. You could do this before and after yard work and gardening. You could do this before and after that hike or that walk or any exercise program so that your body has that foundational connection to keep you together in the pelvis and low back. Give it a try. And then please, I welcome your questions. I love questions. And I also love hearing, how did it feel for you? Sometimes it's kind of surprising the sensations you'll have with these exercises. So Leave a comment below, send an email, however you want to get in touch, and keep moving until next time.